Good day, everybody. Welcome to What If, the search for truth. In this episode, I've been talking to a very nice guy called Fenris Nør, also Norwegian, but we decided anyway to do the interview in English, so more people can, hopefully enjoy it. It was a two-way interview because I haven't actually introduced myself in a proper way. So with this episode, people can get a more clear picture of who I am and where I stand. But where I stand changes often because life's a journey. You progress, you come across different information, new people give you new inputs. So the journey never ends. And we had the interview ended quite abruptly because of some issues, technical issues. But this is just a preliminary talk. It's an introduction of both of us, actually. So enjoy it. We will be having more talks with Fenris later. It will be a series, I would guess. So hope you like it. Hope it resonates. If it does, keep on following this channel so you can get the content that's coming out. Thank you. Goodbye. Okay, let's do it.
Okay, let's try this on English.
Let's try it in English. What I thought is that okay, first and foremost, thank you for joining me. I'll let you introduce yourself. I was thinking that this could be a good way to kind of, if it's like a two-way, not that I'm just asking you questions and you're just, so it can be a two-way thing because I haven't actually introduced myself on this platform. So if we make it a two-way conversation, then instead of me making a separate episode just talking about myself, that's not so interesting. So it's easier to just talk to another person and just let it be natural and organic. So who is Fenris?
You want me to introduce myself?
Please do.
First of all, I want to say to you, Jostein, thank you so much for having me along for this journey and for this episode. And I have been watching a couple of your videos, and I got to say, you have a really good objective, and you look at things with another perspective. You are not so judgmental on everything either way, actually. So I really like your podcast episodes from earlier on, and I think it's really cool we are going to do this in English. So, and first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Fenris, and I'm almost 40 years. I've been so for the last 7 years. So, I kind of started this journey seeking for answers already when I was 5 years old, and throughout life I have been seeking answers in the deepest valleys and on the highest peaks, actually. So I've been hunting high and low, you can say, in some sort.
And the darkest corners maybe also.
Some really dark corners. But I'm really grateful for all the perspectives I picked up along the way, and I think the way we have learned to, at least me, learn to know myself in some really dark situations, and being put in a situation where you have to ignite your light yourself. Actually, when all light is out, somebody got to give you some light in the end of the tunnel, and people like me and you, maybe we are the ones who actually can light this candle ourselves. And so yep, it's been quite a journey.
Yeah, fantastic. Because what actually caught my eye is that I stumbled upon your one of your videos in Facebook, and I believe there's no coincidence. Also, there's no coincidences. And we attract we attract people on our same frequency, right? So I believe you and me are on the same frequency regarding a lot of things. That's why our paths has crossed.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. So, and what I saw in your, I believe first I saw one video, then I saw a second one, and I just loved, like, there was good messages. There was so thank you for being tough enough to go public. Most people are too scared. They are too obsessed about what other people think, mean, and say about them if they dare to go out of the box. So luckily
it's about the comfort zone.
This exactly. So luckily, I believe you're on the same page there. I don't give a damn about other people, what they say, mean, think, and feel about me. Sadly, there's often other people, in our, at least for me and around me, wife, and who's maybe not that nonchalant about those things, or not, but still a little affected. But because now, no doubt, I haven't the same circuit of friends, and as I had, family is still there, at least on my side. But yeah, it can be a tough journey to go and stand in your truth. We have to. If I'm right, I'm sure you're the same. If you do, so if you're right, if I'm right, I don't know, but at least it's my truth, and I believe it, and I have to stand in it. So.
And I gotta say, you're talking about friends and family, and the ones you hold near. And I gotta say also, I'm really fortunate that my wife is supporting me through this. And but it has come with a huge price on both our sides' family, because the things I am sharing with our thoughts, we are, like you said, like-minded, and it might not be the truth, but it feels like the only truth for us right now. And I gotta say, I tried for many years to just leave that side behind myself, and not listening to my inner voices. I tried to adapt to the boxes and to the A4 structure. And the more I tried to fit in with those boundaries, the more depressed and I actually started to die. I felt like I was becoming like really emotional death, like everything inside me just died along that journey. And I came to a point where I got kicked so hard around by myself. I just figured out, okay, I tried everything else. I looked into political belief systems. I looked into a lot of religions. I looked into people, and I found out nothing of this resonates with me. So I just, at one point last year, I said, fuck it, we gotta live.
Fantastic. So probably a lot similar like me also on that in that area. I've come to the conclusion or perception probably that I'm actually starting to doubt how much free will we actually have. I believe also we can choose the color of our pants and also these things, but I believe, and with emphasis on I, there's a grand plan, right?
Yep.
Call it God, source, whatever you want to call it or name it, but there is a grand plan, and you can choose to be along for the ride, like let go. When I say let go, I'm talking about your mind, your thoughts, which is normally for most people secluded to future and past, which in itself brings anxiety and depression. So and that's what's kind of a trigger for me. I was having I won't say it wasn't a very strong anxiety, but it was still there. You know, the knot in your stomach, and you don't know why. And the only thing I knew is that I have no reason to have it. I had everything. You know, why do I have anxiety? So it was quite instantly when I just let go. I just said to myself, okay, Jostein, try to just don't think, don't care. Also, that sounds it can be misunderstood. I'm not saying that you should not do. You have to act on your. Let's say, for example, if I get an idea or a thought that I should do something, then I don't take credit for that idea or that thought. That's download. That's how I see it. It's a download, and I have to act on it. So you can't just stay on the sofa and don't care, but you can let go of your thoughts. You can let go of your thinking. Also, when we go to the future or past, or mostly future, we tend to look at what possibly might happen in the worst case scenario.
Yeah, actually, it's when you spoke about my first post there, I think actually the first post I made last year was just about this subject, just letting go. And a lot of people gave me a really hard time about that because they misunderstood the whole message. They thought it was about giving a crap's ass about everything, but it doesn't. It is all about letting go of all your fears, letting go of all your thoughts, like you're saying, and just have faith, have the faith in your own beliefs and the messages you are downloading. And I see today actually a lot of people are starting to get, more and more people are starting to get the same perception as you and I had on this this subject. So and that's the biggest fear about people. They have so big fear of letting go of everything they know and what they think they are gonna learn in the future. And I think maybe that's holding people back, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The trust, you have to have the trust.
Yeah.
And the trust that everything is as it should be, everything is perfect.
Yeah.
You might not feel it because you have probably how do you say? I lose the word forventning.
Oh, what is the? I got a mind block right now about.
Me too. But
expectations. Yeah.
You have an expectation of something, and what do expectations normally bring? It brings disappointment. Exactly.
Yeah.
So complete trust in that the universe, source, God, whatever, has full control. You can just be along for the ride. You know, you can just be along for the ride. Still, act on the things that you, as I said previously, if I feel, not in this conversation, but if I feel any resistance, if I'm to do something, and I feel, I don't want to, or there's a resistance here, then I just don't do it. And I think that, okay, not that I'm not gonna do it, but it's not the right time. This podcast is a good example. I started it probably a year ago. I started the first episodes. I don't remember exactly, but probably something like that.
So it was maybe 12, 14 months ago you started this podcast?
Yeah, exactly. So I felt the calling. I didn't know what I was doing. I just, okay, I have to do something, or I feel to do something, and I made those episodes. And then the calling resided, I didn't feel, so okay, I just let it go. And then now, lately, I've been starting to get back to it because I feel it's the right thing to do. So
I got to say, actually, Jostein, when we are speaking now, because you spoke a little bit about the free will when we started this one, and I haven't actually thought so much about it before we are speaking about it right now, but we have actually no free will. I can see that really clear now that we are shedding some light on this topic, because every time we try not, or the biggest deception of all in religion is that God gave us free will, but there is some kind of higher meaning about everything, or else we wouldn't have this inner force pushing us to do these things, this calling you are talking about. So it is always a plan, and along my journey, I might be really wrong about this, but in some meditations, I have this feeling about we having some levels to this stuff, and we got to go through this life and actually just have faith in the source, or in God, or whatever, people in the universe. And if we don't live this life learning our lessons in faith and love, I think maybe we have to live this life and again, and take the lessons all over again. And I don't know if I'm right. Yeah,
I believe you are. What's it called? Samsara, right? The wheel. You go
maybe
around the wheel.
Yeah.
We've been here many times, trying to figure this crazy place out. I hope this is my last round around the wheel, but you never know. But at least I'm starting to believe and think that we talked about truth. Who knows what the hell is the truth? But the truth, or the journey, or the course I'm on now, sure feels more like truth than I have ever felt in my life.
Same here, actually.
Yeah. So, when I mentioned earlier, I flipped the switch by stop thinking. That was actually just around the time that Corona came. Early 2020.
2020 vision.
Probably it's I don't question. That's another thing. I don't question too much things. It is what it is, and I can tell you an interesting thing. I started living like that on the recommendations of a clairvoyant woman I was talking to. Right? She did a reading. And I had, in 2018, I sold the company. I was painting cars for a living, and I had the company. I had it for about 10 years, and I was like, just came to the I was forced to make a decision, because I was starting to think that, okay, I can do this for the rest of my life. How boring is that? Also, not that I like to work with cars and paint cars, and I still want to do that, like as a hobby.
Yeah.
But no ingen utfordringer, altså no challenges.
No challenges about it.
So and you know what's to look forward to, weekends and holidays.
Yeah.
Huh? So it didn't sit well with me. And then I got the chance to sell the company, coincidentally.
Coincidentally.
so I jumped on it, but it didn't save me from at least all of 2019. I was like, oh, was it a good idea? Did I do the right thing? What should I do now? Oh my God, how is this going to go? Also, you know.
But fortunately, Corona came along. It's crazy to say, but
yeah. But anyway, so I spent a year just hammering myself, more or less, questioning or staying in my head and running crazy.
Yeah.
So, you know, being a seeker and talking to this woman, she said that just relax. Everything is as it should be. It's perfect. Don't think about it. Stop thinking. And I was like, okay. But I acted on it, and it was like a switch. It was actually like a switch.
Yeah.
So that was how I got into at least the mindset I have now. So how do you feel, and how do you compare your situation to mine?
I gotta say, I had maybe a kind of the same journey actually, but I started my journey on giving or letting go of everything I did 5 years ago, and I didn't know why, because I had a fantastic job in the oil business, and I also run a company for myself, and I just let everything go, and I was beginning to think, wow. What am I going to do about this? And without any good reasons, I started to think, oh, whoa, I gotta start to buy up some land. I didn't know why, actually, but now I know why, because having some land to other people is a good thing. So again, it was all about letting go and going into myself. Actually, I spent 3 years just diving into myself, trying to find what is the meaning about life all over again. I have been searching for that my whole life, but still, this was the most comprehensive search inside myself I ever did. And much like you, I started actually a couple of months before the Corona came along. I started to get I started to get this anxious feeling inside myself that something really bad was going to happen. I didn't know what it was. I was kind of getting this feeling. I was fearing for my life, and I had no reason to do that because everything was great. I was living in Spain. I had a good business, and but I had this feeling. And when I got the first news about Corona, everything just started to the source or my higher self. I don't know all about this stuff, but the feeling of getting pushed in some direction just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger along the journey. And here we are. We are actually, you and myself and a lot of other people. We are, I think, creating a huge grid of energy, just evolving this stuff together. Even though we have a lot of people we never met, I can feel the resonance of Mother Earth is, I feel it's much better than it's ever been. I don't feel the same depression from other people. I don't feel the same fear from other people, even though the newspapers say something else. So I will say I had a really, really similar experience as you had. Yeah.
Probably we are far from alone. Again, there is no coincidences. And as you mentioned, you know, the Schumann resonance.
Yeah.
It's rising and it's bursting, and it's something is going on, and I believe that's what's causing the rising consciousness.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Jostein, but I gotta ask you, because I'm no clairvoyant person, I'm no psychic person, but I gotta ask, because a lot of my predictions is based on the history I read. It's based on the Schumann resonance. It's based on the data we are delivering. And if you're starting to look at when we are really high frequent, you can see the Schumann resonance it's right up there with us. It can't be any coincidences. I don't know what you think.
I believe it's connected in some way. I don't know how, I don't know why or anything, but I believe it's all. Also, Tesla said more than 100 years ago, it's all frequency, vibration, and energy. So it probably is.
But I'm really curious about another thing, because you are. I picked up something you mentioned earlier here. You are hoping this would be the last journey we are doing this cycle on this earth with this life, this problems, and you have some numerology thing. You are a number 10, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, number 1 or 10 is 1, right?
Yeah. But the 10 is. I'm no expert in this, but
me neither.
A 10 is probably a really old soul who has came back to earth and have done this a lot of times before. And you are here now probably because you are doing what you are doing now. You are shedding lights on this stuff, and you are helping other people also. You are not forcing anyone to think what you are thinking, but you are putting out there some really good information for people to maybe resonate and open their mind.
That's my ultimate goal, is that I just want nothing more than people just to think for themselves. I say that never believe anything what I say. don't believe me. It's but if I can provide some seed or information or whatever, and make people think for themselves, that's my goal. Also,
what if
exactly.
What if? And I got to give you this one, because in some way I actually, or everything is for a reason, and everything plays out just as it should. And a couple of years ago, it was really hard to see that everything is perfect. The first person that said just those words to me, I was thinking, who the frick are you? You're crazy. Everything is not perfect. But looking back on the life, I see everything is perfect. But my wife saw a couple of your videos the last evening here, and she was just, wow, I learned so much just on that one video, because you're really, I see you're into details, and the details you give is really good. They are based in some facts.
What is facts? But at least I show people whatever has made me question something. And then people can make up their own mind, right? And my first episode of Vavis, the Norwegian version, was about perception, right? I don't know if you saw that, but I want to. People tend to forget that, and I have had people not attack me, but discussed a lot about this, because I say that we don't know anything. We don't know anything, because we have perceptions. You have yours, I have mine, based on what I've read, seen, tasted, smelled, experienced, and this makes my truth. This makes me my truth. But it's not to say that it is the truth. But it's my truth based on my experiences. But people tend to defend their truth as the only truth. No matter what. So I'm just asking people to just okay, but listen, I understand you. It's your perception. It's your truth. you're entitled to have it. It might be the ultimate truth for whatever I know, but maybe not. So why not just accept that people have different perceptions, and it's easy. It should be quite easy. But where we are today, it's never been more division, more
either way.
Yeah. So we should look beyond our perceptions and see that somebody here is pulling our legs, and how long they've been doing it, that's not easy to say. There, some people say 100 years, some people say 6,000 years, and I basically don't know. But there's a deception involved, and I believe it's quite deep and been going on for a long time. I can just say quickly that on my journey now, we discussed about the fruits, and the eating the living food. I believe that's a major, and based on my own experience, it's true that for me, changing over to living foods have been a bigger thing when it comes to the spiritual side and the psychological side than the physical.
Yep. I got to back you up on that one, Jostein, because I've been, like we talked a little bit when we started this one in Norwegian, but I tried a lot of stuff to find some answers, and I got to back you up on the foods. Raising my consciousness really had a lot to do with the foods. Trying to not eat too much meat and milk products, and just going more plant-based and the berries and fruits. I got to say, never have anything raising my consciousness that much. Not even, I got to be honest, I tried some mushrooms and I tried some MDMA and so on, some stuff that people are going out to try to come to this spiritual side. And I got to say, just go out and eat some leafy greens and eat fruits and eat berries. That's been the biggest raising consciousness for me, at least. I don't know if that's the truth, but it feels really good for me, though.
I think it's major. The key is probably the alkalinity. Also, I believe we are not made. Yeah, we are not made to be acidic, and we are because of our diets. And it's not just that the culprit is just the meat, dairy, and eggs. It's also the cooked food. We have a dinner and we cook our vegetables. What do? We kill it.
Yeah, we do.
We kill it, and then our body has to do a big job out of trying to make this something it can utilize. And our body's main source of fuel is glucose, right? So our body makes glucose out of everything we put in it. But if this process is very, very hard, it contributes to acidosis.
Yep.
and lowering our pH. So when we get rid, also we have to eat life to get life. We can't eat death and expect to get life.
Wise words. I will actually take this one and I will put it into my speech sometime, because that's a really good way to put it.
I can't take credit for it. It's not my words, but it's true. You're welcome to. So that's and when we know that scientists throughout history, at least already in the 30s, there was a guy, I believe Otto Warburg or something. You can arrest me if the name is wrong, but at least there's been people. He won a Nobel Prize actually for the science or to find out that cancer and other diseases, they thrive in acidic and low oxygen environment, and it can't actually live in an alkaline environment.
That's the truth, I believe.
I believe it too. But here we are getting health advices and diet advices from government or government
doctors,
institutions, doctors, and it's all Rockefeller and
yep.
That's another podcast for
yeah, we can do a long one on that one.
But just to mention, this is we will be talking more than this one, because we have lots of things to talk about, but this is our kind of get to know each other. We haven't even spoke much before this podcast. We just wrote some messages, so we discussed it, and we were both agreeing that we like to do this the get to know each other part. Yep. Live, or not live, but at least on camera.
I think that's really cool. And and here again we are back to the thing we were speaking about in the beginning, just letting go and have faith, and just doing whatever pushes us forward. And I'm just so grateful to have you reaching out to me, and we are doing this. And of course this wouldn't be perfect, or of course it's perfect, everything is just perfect.
You know what, I believe that most people like the more true, or
no manuscripts.
Yeah, not scripted, not perfect in any way, just a normal, more or less conversation, or yeah, at least that it's like that for me, at least.
Yeah, for me also.
Perfect.
Yeah, it couldn't be better, but it's because this is, we will call this live because we are doing this live. It's no manuscript, and we don't know each other. So, and it's really cool to sit here and on a live event like this, and we are sharing this with a lot of people. And I hope also more people will be inspired to maybe do stuff like this, or write more stuff on Facebook, or do more reach out to each other, because people are actually, I think, longing for somebody to reach out, or a lot of people also want to reach out, but they don't dare to let go and just walk over the threshold. People have too much of a threshold to just do stuff they haven't done before. And I gotta say, for somebody to each and every day do the same stuff as they always do and expecting another results, that's just the definition of being insane, actually. It's just a definition of insane. Yeah.
People people have a tendency to think that life happens to them.
Yep.
Right? But in fact, life happens for them.
Yep.
So, but it's all easy for us to say, who's kind of at least peeked behind the curtain and seen something else. I'm no expert in anything. I'm just a normal guy on my own journey, speaking my truth.
Same here.
And exactly. So in doing that, we will both attract like-minded people, and we will collect or attract our tribe. And we can't force anyone. I spent years on social media, posting things I think needs some attention, and that hopefully people can think about themselves. But of course there's been discussions, a lot of discussions, because some people don't agree, of course, and that's okay. But I'm done trying to, and I never had, and I never wanted to try to convince people of changing their minds. I want them to do it themselves, and I believe it's the only way to actually get the lasting results out of it. Or nobody can be shown or told to change their perception if they're not ready. They have to, Hello?